entire body chemistry and possibly fuck up your entire biology for life. I it's just things like that. And to be honest, if I'm not considered well informed enough or mature enough to buy a pack of smokes or drink alcohol, then logically that says I shouldn't be allowed to do that either. I mean,
yeah.
I like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for that. Your body, your choice. What you do with this, that's between you and God. I make no judgments. What you do with your individual body, but at that same time, I'm very glad my mother stopped me from getting tattoos until I was off on my own, paying my own bills, and had a little bit more respect for it, because I would have went and gotten some dumb shit. I did go get some dumb shit. But you look back at those things and go, man, I probably wasn't even ready to go to college at that point. And
so that's a whole that's a whole thing in itself, right? Like, so
yeah,
the reason I feel like it should be 18 or 17 if you're emancipated is because at 17, 18.
Do you care if I do both of ours together?
Yeah, do everybody's laundry together. Throw it all in there.
Those are yours behind the bathroom door, right?
Tell her Deke said just throw it all in there.
Wow.
Deke said just throw it all in there. Though if it's my work stuff, I would do that separately.
Okay. Well,
just because you'll smell them, I promise. Okay. when you work with coolant and grease all day, I promise you will know what the work clothes are.
But yeah, I just feel like since you can enlist to serve at 17.
Well, that's 18, what I was gonna say. I was getting ready to go into that.
Like that's my thing. Like, if you can enlist and serve, and that's our stance, then that's what age you should be.
The second we increase the age to 21, we should have increased the enlistment age to 21 as well.
And that's going to mess up all kind of quotas and stuff, so they'll never do that.
I don't give a fuck.
But no. I get it. What I'm saying,
I know you do.
Like, what I'm saying though is, if you can enlist at 17, 18 years old, you should be able to do everything else at 17, 18 years old.
Right?
You know what I mean? And for 17-year-olds, right? Like, I get it. We're saying that you're not an adult. That's fine. The minute you sign that enlistment document and sign your life over to the military,
you should be fully
you're an adult. You're allowed to, if the military says you're an adult, then you can go buy a pack of cigarettes. You can go buy, like, if you are in a state that sells cigarettes at 18 still, and you cross the border to a state that says 21, when you hand them your military ID, you can get a pack of cigarettes at 18 years old.
Yep. You're right. No, you're absolutely right. As long as that enlistment age is 18, by definition, you're right. I am all for increasing
but there's a whole different thing when it comes to, like, the transgender stuff and things like that, right? So we've got standards in this country that I don't think are fair. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's right. I'm very pro-choice. If women I know that have gone to try to get their tubes tied get told they can't get them done until they have 2 kids or whatever. Yeah, or
we're
whatever
not in
it is.
Population.
Okay? Yeah. Whatever.
We were in
whatever
population decline.
But if that's the case, right? Then science says you are not a mentally mature person until, I think I'll have to read it up again, but I think it's 25, right? I think it's 25. So if that's the truth, okay, then when anybody, and I'm not hating on anybody, don't care what their views and their politics or whatever it is, you should not be able to walk into a doctor's office and get life-altering transition surgery until you are 25, because that's when the science says that you're a mentally mature adult, right?
You have all the purpose, function, and autonomy of what is deemed an adult in society.
I'm not saying stop anybody from doing it ever. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
pro-choice. You go do what you want, but you should not ever, unless it is a medical diagnosis that is gonna aid this child, you should never be administering hormone blockers or any of that nonsense to children unless
Yeah.
you know what I mean, unless there's like an underlying prescribed thing. It should never be, oh, I'm gonna transition to whatever gender, so I need to take this and but no. Not until you're at least 18 and an argument can be made for 25.
Those are all very valid
I
points.
just think things need to be
No, that's
reasonable. The same thing with the
right.
abortion thing, right? I get so mad about the abortion argument because I feel like we have science available to us that says you are, and I know that there's a lot of argument about this. We just need to have some kind of a committee in Congress with research-based medical evidence that says you are considered a fetus until X time. After that, you can't get an abortion. Before that, you can get an abortion. But I'm pro-choice. Like, if not everybody is a Christian in this country, not everybody has the same viewpoints as everybody else does. If you want to go get an abortion, you should be able to go do it. If Patrick doesn't want his people to go get an abortion because he's very Christian and thinks it's murder or whatever the standpoint is, that's on them. Like, then don't go get one.
All right. So the question is my only issue with any type of abortion laws or anything else like that is this one simple thing. A woman has all the autonomy, correct? If she decides to have a child and I'm not ready for it, if she decides to have a child, I'm now on the hook for 18 years, but I have no say in the matter one way or another. This is my caveat. If we're going full pro-choice here, then as the male, if I want to walk away and not have anything to do with it, sign over my rights, I should be allowed to do that. I agree. People forget sometimes the difference between equality and equity. And a lot of people are searching for equity, and that's not what we need. We need equality across the board. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. There shouldn't be any laws separations as far as all that goes. And as far as when a person decides they no longer want to have kids for the rest of their life, absolutely, you should at least be a mentally mature adult to decide that.
I agree with that 100%. I know it would be hard to enforce. There would have to be a lot of legal logistics that go through stuff like that. But I agree. So if you're dating somebody, right, and let's say we're not going to use the one night stand examples because those are a complicated mess to begin with. Go get your plan B or whatever it is, and do your thing. But if you are in a committed relationship and Corv says, "Hey, I'm not having any more kids. I went to go get a vasectomy. They told me no for whatever reason." She says, "Yeah, I'm on birth control, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about it." And then she ends up pregnant and keeps the kid. I mean, I understand that signing a legal document when you're in a relationship is a bit of like taboo and people don't want to do it. But at the same time, maybe that's the stage that we're in. Like, you're not riding Corv's disco stick until you sign the piece of paper that says you understand that he doesn't want a child. I mean, I know that seems a little, clinical and not romantic or whatever, but I mean, we are living in an age right now where like people are getting knocked up, going after child support, and then not letting the dude see the kid. We see it all the time. You know that. Like we see it all the time.
I'm very fortunate I didn't have to do that when I went.
That's not
through mine.
To me, that's not acceptable, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. This is the exception. This is not the rule. We know far more dudes who bailed than we do dudes who are going to court and fighting to see their kids. Like that's just the way that it is. But
in my personal
it's
experience, I happen to be blessed with a good group of friends. We all grew up in this area of moderation
most
of
of our
Ohio.
friends, most of our friends
But do I know quite a few dudes
but
who
I do
have
know
bailed?
quite a few dudes who have bailed,
Yeah,
Sullivan, that's
yeah,
enough.
no, I do know quite a few who have bailed, and no, it. I don't understand. Like when I found out about Trent, it literally blew my mind, and so much so that I didn't even wait for her to petition the courts for DNA testing and everything else. I paid for all that, and had the bad circumstances with his mother not happened, if things wouldn't have worked out where I have custody of him now, and things would have been kosher, I would have been paying child support. I paid child support for the first year, but I instantly felt okay that this is my new job. This is what I have to do.
yeah, and that's the way that it should be. Now,
And
I will say,
being a dad is one of the coolest gigs on planet Earth. That's just
definitely. But I will say, I've seen quite a few people that I know, not exactly friends, but people I know, going through that situation where they're like going to court and they're coming back talking about, listen, this person's trying to get 8 years of child support from me, and she never told me that I had a kid. She's never reached out to me. I've lived in the same place for 10 years. She's never contacted me about having a kid at all. I kind of agree with that. Like, that person shouldn't have to pay 8 years of back child support because you didn't give them a chance to be a parent. You didn't give them a chance to walk in and say, no, 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 no. I want my kid. I want that 50-50 split custody. Like, you didn't give them that chance. So that's on you. And from this point forward, if he doesn't want split custody and he's not trying to, raise his kid, then you go hit that dude on the head. Like, hey, you owe me a bunch of money for your kid because you don't want to do anything.
Right.
Sullivan, that's enough.
But I definitely.
Oh my
pissed.
gosh.
What'd she do to him?
I don't know.
Bree,
what'd you know what you did
do?
Did to Sullivan? She didn't do anything to him. He's just a crybaby. He just wants to be the center of attention. He's not adjusting well to dad being back at work.
More lying female propaganda. Just kidding, Brie.
She can't hear you. I got the headset on.
Oh, that's right. But
yeah,
so I mean, if they want to, if people want to get an abortion, go get one. If they want to keep it, and everybody, like all parties are okay with what's going on, go ahead and do it. Like, it's not, at the end of the day, if Sally down the road decides that she's going to get rid of her kid because she can't afford to take care of it, that's not affecting me, But if Sally decides that she's going to keep her kid and she can't take care of it and she can't support it, that might end up affecting me as far as taxes are concerned, So
just bringing up taxes, that will go into another one of the executive orders, the threat of the tariffs on Colombia, and which Trump did while playing golf. And Colombia buckled and came and got their stuff and said, no, we're good. I literally, for a period of 2 hours, watched Facebook explode with liberal outrage. And, oh, no, we're going to have to pay more for our coffees. And I'm sitting here going, that there's like 4 other countries that produce coffee as much as fucking Colombia, right? Colombia, y'all ain't worried about coffee. I see you. I know who you are.
We know you ain't worried about no coffee,
right?
We got 2 groups. We know what one of them's worried about, and the other one are worried about going with their passports over to Colombia and having a good time.
Yeah.
We know.
But, and literally, what I what people don't understand is that Trump is not going to be fucked with. Biden was a pushover, and a lot of people rolled on him. I mean,
there's a lot of stuff that he's talking about that I don't agree with, like this whole like Gulf of America stuff. I don't care. I could care either way, right? I could care either way. That's not going to help us lower gas prices. It's not going to help the economy by changing the name of whatever. So I get it. Like I'm not. I get it, guys. Like we don't need that. Like that's not something that we need right now. But a lot of this other stuff that's been done, right?
Ross Ulbricht.
People seem to not realize, didn't pay attention, whatever. A large, I don't want to say large, but a good portion of the executive orders that Biden tried to push through got knocked down. So why are you guys all running scared like we're not going to end up knocking down some of these anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Like not all of these executive orders are going to amount to anything, So why people are getting so mad about the executive order thing? I'm just like, guys, we're not like.
Okay, since we're on the executive orders, what about Biden's last day, the preemptive pardons for Fauci and everything else, and then
I don't agree. I don't agree with him pardoning Fauci.
No, well, it doesn't matter.
However,
fucking Putin wants him, and I think Trump's gonna give him to Putin.
However, let me be real, okay? Like let me be seriously real. If I was president of the United States, any of us were, and whichever side, liberal, Democrat, liberal, Republican, conservative, whatever you want to call it, libertarian, Green Party, whoever, was actively talking shit about putting my son or family members in jail for the last 4 years, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're preemptively pardoning them bitches before you get out of office too.
Oh yeah, no, my family.
I'm not even mad.
That's why I only said Fauci. That
Yeah.
His family. No, you protect your own. I can't knock a guy for looking after, especially being the black sheep son and causing my share of issues and problems and whatnot. I get that, but dude, the rooster has to come home to roost at some point about a lot of the backwards dealings that we all know that Biden and his cronies did, and it's like the money laundering through Ukraine and all this other, bro. All I know is that we were worse off across the board over the last 4 years than we were in the previous fucking 12.
We'll see.
I don't know what this next 4 years are going to come up, but the one thing that I did not agree with, and this is one thing I stand with the liberal side on, is that there was mention of a possible executive order going through enabling Trump to take a third term. And no terms ever increase, only decrease.
So that would never happen anyway. You would have to do an amendment.
Sullivan, that's
and you're not going to do that. Like you're not going to get
Republicans have majority control across the board.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You still have to get
3/4 vote.
No,
or is it 2/3?
Of the states, not just of Congress, of the states. That's why they've never been able to pass the Equal Rights Amendment. Because in order to do an amendment, you've got to have it's a huge process to get an amendment through. Like it's a huge that's why ERA has never gotten through. There's no way that he's getting an amendment through in 4 years to whatever it is. Hold on.
You don't see how this is playing out, Deke? I mean, Watchmen showed this to us. I mean, Trump's already got he found how many of those missing migrant children. He's cleaning up all this stuff.
2/3 of Congress must propose the amendment. Okay,
yep.
You're not getting that.
He
He's not
could.
getting that. No, he's not getting that. And 3/4 of state legislatures must ratify it. He damn sure ain't getting that.
No, I'll agree with you. He won't get the second, but the first one is a possibility. But like all he needs is a bunch of good things. And man, dude, they took a shot at him twice. And history proves that in politics, the guy getting shot at is usually on the right path. Or at least problematic enough for our own government to want to assassinate. Take your pick. But the fact that one of those things that he cut loose was the declassification of JFK and Martin Luther King. And I saw part of the Martin Luther King. When that comes out, Deke, read that. From what I've seen, the good doctor was not such a good doctor.
I don't care about any of that crap.
Well, it's just it's not that I care. It fleshes in my mind. It fleshes out characters of history. Benjamin Franklin was a drunk and a whoremonger. Like that dude bought hookers like it was going out of style.
Okay.
I'm
worried about him.
But we have been in such a tumultuous political state for the last 10 years that I don't like. I've already been thinking of how I'm going to prep my son for the world that's coming up. Because
it's a lot, but I don't think it's anything that we can't come back from, because I feel like nothing's ever been perfect, right? We know nothing's ever been perfect. But
absolutely.
When we had Obama in office, regardless of what issues we had when he was in office, we didn't have any scandals, we didn't have any drama, there wasn't any, dumb crap going on. And then I think that we'll get back to that after this 4 years. I really do. I think that after we're done with whatever Trump gets through, whatever ends up happening, I think that once we're done with this, and I seriously hope this happens, because I feel like this is where America's sitting right now as it is. And in 4 years, they're definitely going to be sitting at a place where they just want some normalcy. They want no scandals, no shit talking, no drama. What are you going to do to fix this? And that's it, and move on. And hopefully, after what we've seen the last 8, going to be 12 years, that's what we'll get. We'll get some no-nonsense candidates who know that everybody's tired of seeing this BS and are going to stand there, and for better or worse, don't get me wrong, who knows who the candidates are going to be, but hopefully they're going to stand there and they're going to be like, look, this is what we're doing. And they're going to, they're going to be better overall for the country, and not scandalous clownery, I guess. Because even the stuff that I like about Trump, come on, man, sometimes this dude needs to learn when to shut the hell up.
Well, first off, I don't think that the president needs a Twitter account. I don't think the president needs to be chiming out to every public outcry. And
that's the other thing, though, man. That's the problem, is that it's the president that's the problem, not every president. Obama had a Twitter account. It was never a giant nonsense Joe every 5 seconds. Like you never saw.
Oh, dude.
Him doing dumb crap.
All of Facebook was nothing but Biden and Michelle Obama being a dude, Sleepy Joe.
Right. But I'm talking about him. I'm talking about, you never saw Obama jump on Twitter and start calling people out and telling people what's up and talking all kind of nonsense. Like, that dude went to the podium at the press and said, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. This is who I'm going to talk to about it. And he moved on. And that's what most I'm not going to say all because, Bush and all, but okay, but that's what most of the presidents have done until Trump. And then I think that after Trump kind of changed it up a little bit, that kind of steered the course of the Biden presidency. You know what I mean? Because it was already a shit show for 4 years. Regardless of the good that he did, social media, and optics wise, it was a shit show, right? Biden walked into that shit show of optics
No.
with a VP who was not navigating the optics, if that makes sense, right? Like that wasn't like he didn't pick his press secretary. There's no way he picked that lady.
Everyone on the Biden administration should be nailed with elder abuse.
Oh yeah.
Joe Biden
every
has
single
not
one.
been
Every
mentally
single one of
competent
them.
for at
Every single
least
one
the
of them.
last 2.5 years. I don't
His
give a fuck.
his wife, Dr. Jill Biden, should be brought up on charges.
Absolutely.
There's no way. There's no way. But I feel like, and I'm hoping this continues, this Caroline, I'm gonna butcher her name. It's Leavitt or Levitt, whatever her last name is. Okay, who is now the press secretary. I don't know if you've seen this lady.
I saw.
She's in that press room, killing it. Like she is not BSing. She has presence. She stood there and was like, if you are a legitimate news source and you are going to report legitimate news, she was like, I don't care if you're TikTok, YouTube, Twitter.
Oh yeah, the free
for press
passes to everybody. Yeah.
He said if you apply for a press pass, you'll get one. And I'm like, okay. Let me see a bunch of Twitch streamers chilling in there. Let me see it. Let me see it. I'm about it.
I mean,
all
they'll
day.
cherry pick the top ones because of the most presence.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying though. You pick somebody like I can't think of his name right now. You know who I'm talking about. The political commentator dude that's on Twitch.
Which one?
Hassan? Is that it? Yeah. You take that dude who just does lives all the time. Like he just did those lives in California of the fires. All right. Whether I like the dude or not, because I think he's arrogant, I think he's got some opinions that I don't care for. But overall, like he says truthful ass shit, right? Like he's live. Like he's not editing his stuff and then posting it later, to go with trends or whatever. So you put that dude in the press room with a camera, you're gonna get the real news. You're not gonna get something that's been modified by, a couple of research teams for a media outlet who's picking and choosing exactly what they're gonna give you. Like he's gonna live stream it on his Twitch and YouTube channel, and everybody's gonna see exactly what went on in that press room every single time. So I agree with some of it, right? Like I agree that you need to you need to give it to some of these people because that's what we need is the transparency. Like we don't need I think at this juncture and not just us, I'm talking about like the US in general. I think we're done with normal media outlets and the picking and choosing and the bias and stuff like that. I think that we're ready for people like Twitch and YouTube streamers and probably TikTok streamers to sit there and live stream the crap that's going on. Like to sit in the press secretary's room and listen to her speak unedited, unabridged, and you give everybody exactly what's going. That's the transparency that everybody wants.
Responding to a message real quick. Apologies. Yeah, no, you're right. I was still listening.
That's what I would like. That's what I would like to see. That's what I would love to see.
Yeah, the transparency is a step in the right direction. And like you, there are some things that I don't full on agree with. There's a lot of what is going on right now, currently politically, that I am absolutely all for. Just because to me, it's a lot of common sense stuff. Um, you know, but how about we change gears here and we get off the politics for a little bit? Um,
What you got?
I do want to jump into a little bit of gaming right now. Because I am live on Twitch and it is completely locked into my gaming. Here in next month, this upcoming month, new Monster Hunter coming out, and it is full on cross-platform compatible.
Oh shit, is it?
Yeah, the first of the new gen Monster Hunters. It's the first one, and here's the kicker, Deke. It is a 100% complete open world. There are no little cities and whatnot. You actually have to travel from place to place to place. You get a flying mount, a riding mount, and a water mount, from what I've seen, I believe.
What's this one? What's this one going to be called?
Wilds, I believe.
Mm.
Sure, if you just put on new Monster Hunter.
$69.99. All right. Let's see here.
My dude Major.
Release date February 28th. Okay, so that's coming up.
Yeah, end of the month. But my dude Major, he hooked
this
me
is
up
a new story, right?
I think it's a different. I'm not sure. I haven't gone too much into the lore of it. I've been too distracted by shiny graphics. But my dude Major, big shout out to him if he happens to be watching. He jumped on one of my streams when I got into Monster Hunter Rise, and he started jamming with me, and he gifted me with the DLC of that, and he also did the same with the Division. So when that game comes out, by my word, me and Major will be online February 28th with our copies, and we will be going to town. So be watching out for that stream. Hopefully Nomad decides to get it and he can come in and jam with us. I'm an excellent partner for Monster Hunter for anybody who wants to jam, because I'm a hammer brother and I'm really good at what I do. There's something else I wanted to touch on game wise. I'll come back to it. Any new things on the gaming end for you there, Nomad?
No, I'm about to watch this. About to watch this trailer right here, though.
Can you screen share it for the viewers?
I am.
Dope. Just making sure.
Oh man, these graphics do look good.
Bro, I'm telling you. You get to go hunt dragons and monsters and then cut them to pieces and use their body parts to make more weapons and armor.
Right, but cross-platform, so like we can team up and go kill stuff, right? Because that's what I'm trying to do.
Time. You can't do it on Rise or Monster Hunter World. It was platform specific. But yes, PC players, Xbox, PlayStation, let's go. We going dragon hunting.
Oh, these graphics are ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Rise is from 2 years ago, and it's freaking gorgeous.
All right, this might be some $70 I can get into.
Not to mention they're bringing back the mechanic of you actually have to track their tracks. You have to, like, it isn't, as soon as I spawn in like Rise and I can see them already on the map. No. Yeah. I could have hunted this type of monster 10, 15 times. I still have to find a track first to know that one's in the area. So you actually have to hunt again.
Bro, Y'all shits is on fire. You better go.
My stuff's on fire. Oh,
Oh, what the hell? Yeah, it wasn't supposed to happen, but you better kill it. Bro,
have you never played a Monster Hunter Nomad?
no.
Oh, Virgin Blood.
Black Flame Candle, what is this? Hocus Pocus?
It's the first time you meet Anjanath, probably.
All right, all right, all right.
Anjanath, you might have seen him in the trailer if he's in it. He looks like a T-Rex, except he has a big horn thing on the front of his snout, and he has little wings off of his back, but he breathes fire.
All right, dude. That looked good. I'm about it. I'm definitely about it.
Nice.
I'm definitely about
Yeah.
it. I also just ordered a new desk for the Orlando place, so that when I'm down here, I'm not relegated to my laptop. Well, I'll still be on my gaming laptop, but it'll be I'll have a screen and keyboard and mouse set up, and won't
Right.
be chilling with it in my lap like I am now.
But so for those watching, me and Nomad we're brainstorming the other day, and maybe we could put a poll up, Deke. See how we'll start popping ideas for when Nomad graces Ohio with his presence again. For some of the stuff, we do know that we are taking the kiddos on food questing. That is a definite for sure. When I told Trent about the atomic wings, he just smiled at me. So,
So it's gonna be food questing for sure. I've also got Randa, and I don't know how into this Trent's gonna be, but I've got Randa working on a list of places in the West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, tri-state kind of area, that we can do
if any of
ghost
it involves hiking,
hunting stuff.
I got my emergency first aid kit with all the bells and whistles, and if anything happens, going questing out in the woods to find haunted stuff. Sure, whatever.
Oh, for hiking and shit, yeah. I mean, that's fine. If I die, I die. But no, like we're talking about, she wants to go to the reformatory, to West Virginia penitentiary, stuff like that. So anything that's 13 plus that she can jump into, she's getting a list together. So we're definitely going to be trying to jump on a lot of that this year. So
Yep. No, I'll be in. Here coming up, we all get our returns back, and for those of us near East Palestine, some of us have already started, but have railroad cash coming in, so be able to get some GoPros and some other stuff, and get ready to do that. I'm very much looking forward to it. I got my buddy Bird coming in from out of town tomorrow. I had completely forgotten about that. Sorry, that's part of the messages that have been going back and forth. He was originally supposed to come out last weekend, and then him and his wife found out that she's pregnant, and so it got delayed a week. And now he's coming out tomorrow, and then Saturday I gotta go do family stuff. Trent's helping at a boxing event since he's been doing boxing lately.
nice.
And my brother got a table. All of my siblings and my mom, we're all going to be there, and Trent's going to be helping out and doing some other stuff. But they got 2 kids from the UK coming in boxing. This is actually like junior rank stuff.
I like that shit. Yeah. Send me some video of it, because
I'm definitely.
If I'm up there, I will definitely. One time, if I'm up there, I will definitely come to an event with you guys. I like watching it live. I won't watch it really on TV that much,
Yeah.
but I like watching it live.
Yeah, no, with Trent being into boxing and our family friend Keith running the gym and all these events, I'm sure there'll be more to come. Plus, it'll give him some free, publicity, because between me and you, my stuff's already growing. I'm almost at 100 people on Twitch right now, and my last Twitch stream, big shout out to everybody throughout the entire night. Out of all of my, at the time, 78 viewers, 44 of you tuned in for a little part of the stream at different points of time. So thank you very much. You helped me set a real big goal on that. I haven't really been monitoring the YouTube, but regardless, and that's another thing we should definitely try to do anytime we're together, whether down there or up here, is we should look at local events to cover in different areas and say, hey, we're streamers, you want some free publicity, let us come in and check it out, and in today's world, that's, especially food places, if can't blame a dude for trying to get free food.
Well, I pay for all of it. I just go. I'm like, I want to eat that. It's delicious. I go. Like we went to this medieval fair in Gainesville this past weekend. Miranda was upset because we didn't know about it before she came to Florida to visit, so she didn't have any of her dress up or any of her stuff for Ren Fair, but it was free to get into. So I thought it was going to be kind of small. Like, dude, it was nice. Like they had like chess thing where like it was like real person chess, like somebody was calling the moves, and then people that were dressed up as knights and stuff were like walking around and then fighting each other when they went to go take a space and stuff like that. Like it was real cool. And then they had some jousting. Dude, they had tons of food. Like they had so much food. It was awesome.
Definitely.
But they had like they had a bunch of other stuff. Like they had this chick, and I love watching sword swallowing people because I think it's just like one time. Like I don't want anybody to get hurt. Let me caveat this with I do not wish harm on anyone. But one of these times I'm gonna be watching one of these sword swallowers, and that's just gonna go bad, and I'm gonna be there.
People don't go to NASCAR races to watch the race; they watch people get fucked up in wrecks. Let's call a spade here. We should open up the Coliseum as a society. I believe we are way past that point. We should just reopen the Coliseum and have all the people that are on death row and whatnot. You get to fight to the death now every week until No, nobody. Damn, tough crowd tonight. But so we covered politics, touch base on future events. But yeah, no, the Monster Hunter Wilds thing is going to be dope just because of the cross-platform. That's going to enable us to get a bunch of crew together. And from what I'm to understand is they're upping the party size from 3 to 5. That is just rumor. I have not substantiated that. Please do not crucify me if I'm wrong on that. But from what I'm to understand is they're increasing the party size. So, and when I say 3, I meant 4. 3 additional people plus you. So I think they're upgrading it to 6 total players and hunts. Just because and that would make sense to me because in Rise there are a couple monsters that are gigantic, and it makes more sense for 6 guys to be going against this dragon that is the size of a building.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't know what's coming out on the PlayStation Monthly. I'll have to get in that, but yeah, besides Monster Hunter, I don't know of any other games that I'm looking at getting into. I did tell you, right? I went back and started playing Crisis Core. Yeah, we talked about that last time.
Yeah, you said you were going to
get a chance to check out Forspoken?
Yes and no. So I downloaded it. I turned it on. I watched the whole beginning cutscene scenario. It looks gorgeous. But I need to
that noise.
That I need to get my setup done in order to play it. Like I can't play it on my laptop. So
yeah.
I need to get, my a mouse and keyboard and another screen at least set up on my desk in order
For
to
sure.
actually play. Like I can play like stupid little stuff. Like I downloaded Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I was gonna play that a little bit. So
What else? What else did I want to touch off on? We covered
Did you
important
stream
stuff.
some game?
Huh?
Did you stream some game?
No, we're just streaming our talk show right now. Yeah, I mean, depending, because I don't have work tomorrow. I'm off, but I need to get up. I have a decent amount of running to do, so I may get on later on tonight to do some gaming. I don't know if you're still going to be on, Diggy.
So I've got some homework to do, so I'm probably gonna jump off after we're done talking here for a bit. I'll probably jump off and do some of that, and then I'll probably jump back on when I'm done with it.
All right, right on. Yeah, no, yeah, I gotta go do adulting tomorrow, and I'm not happy about it.
I mean, nobody's ever happy about it, man.
No. Whoever said I had to get older is an asshole, and he needs to take it back. I want to go back to being 16 without bills.
I agree. I need to go back to that as well. No bills would be fantastic.
Right. What else? What else can we chit chat about? So there's a couple of the guys that I watch on YouTube and stuff that do the random viral recipes.
Like what?
Just any there's the one, I think he's either Hispanic or Italian dude. He does he made I'll send you a couple of them. There's one dude, he's always wearing a fedora, and he does candy infusions or different infusions into different liquors. There's another one who tries viral cooking recipes. Next upcoming February, there's a chili cook-off at my church, and I am definitely going to be doing a cook video for my chili.
I will eat all of the chili.
Oh, bro, you don't.
I will eat all of the chili, especially if it's hot chili. I will roast my face off. Like you have no idea. Like I tried to get Randa to record me at this chili thing that we went to. It was supposed to be part of Seafood Fest, and they had all this, like they had ridiculous chili cook-off, and I went and like they give you like it's a little ass bowl, like it isn't gonna fill anybody. It's one of those little bowls that you get at the Mexican restaurant with the salsa. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, okay. So they give you one of those bowls to try the chili and vote it and rate it and whatever. And I couldn't get her to record it because this was a few years ago. She wasn't all about recording stuff. But I 16 different chilies, and 4 of them were like ghost pepper roast your face off hot. And I was sweating. It was delicious, but by the time I was done with the 4 of the hottest ones, I couldn't taste anything. I couldn't tell you what anything tastes like.
See, I'm doing 2 different batches. I'm doing a 3 alarm and a sweet and tangy. The sweet and tangy, I'm going to do a multi-cheese garlic bread to go with it to count. You get the sweet and the salty, and then the 3 alarm, I'm doing cheese stuffed corn muffins.
Okay. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat some shit. When is this?
Be the 3rd Sunday in February. Last Sunday in February.
Oh, never mind. I won't be there.
Yeah.
That's my cruise. I'll be gone. I'll just see you later.
What cruise you going on?
It's the Star Trek convention cruise.
Oh yeah, that's right, bro. Deke, you gotta get the blue chick achievement. You have to while you're there.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but I am gonna be doing some other stuff. Like it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, no, you told me about the red shirt and everything. How many days is that?
7.
I don't think in the situation.
Where does it go
Yes,
around?
Yeah, it does Cozumel, Belize, and something else in Mexico on the way back. But yeah.
Nice. Just you going, or is Randa going with you?
No. So this is me and Christian, my best friend from high school.
Oh, this is you and Christian. Okay.
Yeah, this is us. I don't know what we were thinking when we signed up for it. We were like, we found it, talked about it, and just because we found it a year ago. We signed up for it a year ago, and we were like, yeah, we're doing it. We'll probably never do it again. But we're doing it. Like,
Is there a panel? Is there past actors and whatnot? Who's gonna be there? Come on, talk.
so Jonathan Frakes is going to be there. Kate,
Number
Kate,
two himself.
Kate Mulgrew is going to be there. Well, it's the 30th anniversary of Voyager, so like almost all of the Voyager crew is going to be there. The only person that's not going to be there is, I think, Robert Beltran, who played Chakotay, is not going to be there.
Yeah.
And I don't think Robert Picardo is going to be there. But
Jerry
dude,
Ryan's gonna be there, and that's all that freaking matters.
yep, 7 of
Or
9,
B'Elanna.
7 of 9 will be there.
I like me some half Klingon. I like.
Where I'm at right now is relativism.
Come on, pull up. See, if we would be prepared with the stuff that we want to show, this would be way easier.
Oh yeah, no, we'll get there. We'll get to a point where we plan out. You know, I did watch that thing that you sent me, the Mr. Beast suggestions and whatnot. I mean, we're doing exactly what supposed to right now. You know, you touch on some hot subjects, you know, and once we, especially I think when we're in presence of each other, we can do off the wall stuff at random. You know,
All right.
for a
So
little.
here we go. You got Kate Mulgrew, Jonathan Frakes, John Delancey, Denise Crosby,
Okay.
Robert O'Reilly, Jonathan DeLarco, because Hugh's got to be there, Robin Curtis, then of course Nana Visitor, because you got to have Kira. Then you got to have Rom, and I forget what his chick's name is.
Oh.
Look at that list, dude. There's so. Oh no, Robert Picardo is gonna be there. Oh shit. Look, Jerry Ryan, Robert Picardo.
I'm not seeing
and,
it. I'm not seeing it.
And Roxanne Dawson. Oh, I didn't know, dude. I didn't know Ethan Phillips was going to. Dude, like this is the whole Voyager crew is gonna be there. Yeah, like everybody except for the Robert Beltran who played Chakotay is gonna be there.
I wonder why he's not going to be there.
I don't know. Tawny Newsom's gonna be there. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, bro, this is gonna be some stuff. And then I jumped on and we got some excursions. So I got this ATV riding thing that obviously I'm gonna record. So you ride an ATV through a jungle in Mexico to some ruins. So I jumped on that bitch. And then there's another one, you don't get on ATVs, but you just go to the ruins, and I picked that one. And then while we're in Cozumel, we're not doing any like sightseeing. Like we're getting off the boat and doing the stereotypical like Cozumel tourist thing. We are gonna get our asses off the boat, walk I think they said it's like 200 feet, and there are restaurants and bars, and there's a bar crawl that takes you to like Senior Frogs and like 10 other like bars in the area. And we're just going to get off the boat and drink our faces off, and then get back on the boat and drink our faces off some more, because I got the drink package because it's just going
Why
to be.
would you go? Even if you're not a heavy drinker, you still get the drink package.
Yeah.
Because you could be sitting down at dinner somewhere and you see something, and you're like, oh, that looks tasty. And like, because I'm a sucker for dessert like drinks, hands down every time. If there's slushies, margaritas, ice cream infused, fat kid for life. And if I were to see one of those and I couldn't get it because I was stupid and didn't get the drink pass, I'd be very angry at myself for the remainder of the trip. That's one thing I've never done. I've never been on a cruise.
So this will be, what is this? My 4th cruise. Because I'm trying to make this a yearly thing. Like obviously I had to stop during COVID. But I'm trying to make this at least a yearly thing. Is COVID. Oh, and speaking of doing stuff that you never did before, so I haven't been on like a real train before. Like I've been on trains in Europe.
Are you talking about the famous train journey? There's a real noted one in Ohio.
No. So like I've been on trains in Europe. Like I was in train, like I went on trains in London and in Paris and stuff like that. Like the transportation system in Ireland is awesome. I've never done that here because I've heard the horror stories and how bad it is. Well, you can get a 10-stop pass on Amtrak for $4.99 now. And now they got Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna get this pass and I'm gonna go see, like that's the plan anyway, is I'm gonna try to go get this pass and pick like 10, well, it'll be 8 places to go because they count the return trip as a segment. So I'm gonna try to go from, I'm not gonna leave from Orlando because that's just stupid. Because when I was looking at these maps, dude, and I'll pull it up on the next time we do this, remind me and I'll pull up the map because I gotta look for it. But like to go someplace from Orlando, I've got to go all the way from Orlando to Raleigh, North Carolina, to Washington, and then loop around to go anywhere else because you can't go direct, apparently, from Orlando for some reason. But so I'm going to start like either from Raleigh or I'm going to fly up to you guys and I'm going to start from Pittsburgh and I'm going to try to do like there's a loop that you can do in 10 stops that hits like a few major cities, train stations, and I'm gonna hit that shit up. But of course, knowing me, I'm also gonna have to look up like things to do when I'm there, like delicious food to eat and stop at while I'm, at each
How
stop.
long are you at each stop?
As long as you want to be.
No shit.
So like if I rode like just for example, if I rode into New Orleans, I could stay there for the weekend and then jump on the train Sunday night and then ride to Houston
That sounds like Mardi Gras
and
to
then
me.
stay there for the weekend. And then
That sounds
jump
like
on the
Mardi
train and
Gras.
go. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's pretty sweet. And then like, but just the regular tickets aren't bad, right? Like I was looking at jumping on it when we leave Orlando to go back to Raleigh, right? For me and Randa just to do a coach trip is like $60 a piece. That's way cheaper than us getting a plane ticket. Now, don't get me wrong, it's like a 12-hour trip. But if I'm driving, which is what I usually do, it's a 10-hour trip. But if I do it this way,
you save a whole bunch of gas, wear and tear on your car.
Gas, wear and tear on the car, and I can do all my homework while I'm sitting on the train.
Mm-hmm.
And then just be free for the weekend. So yeah, that's what I've been looking into. And I'm definitely going to be at least recording that. And
I'm definitely going to try to get down your way for at least sometime spring, summerish, whatever. That may be how me and Trent come down. We may decide to do because
if that's what you're going to do. If that's what you're going to do, let me know, and we'll plan.
And where I'm coming, yeah.
I can just fly up there, visit the fam for a week.
Yeah.
We can jump on the train and ride down.
Yeah. Don't you dare, dog. You're not jumping up here. This dog really wants to be on my lap right now. He's been mean mugging me for the last like 20 minutes. No, but getting some train footage and sightseeing and whatnot would be dope.
That's the plan, man. Like I've never been on it, so I'm gonna jump on and I'm gonna do it up.
Well, there is a weekend train trip you can take across Ohio that stops at multiple places in a day, and like you're there for like an hour at each stop. And there's a lot of food stuff along that path.
If you have the info, send it to me and I'll look it up and I'll do it.
I'll message.
I love that stuff. I love that stuff.
I'll message Jamie. She sent it to me a while ago, and
I love that stuff. I'll definitely do it. I'll do that. I want to try doing an Alaskan cruise in the next few years. I mean, I hate the cold, but
it depends on when you go.
Those cruises look awesome. So I want to jump on one of those as well.
Yeah, that's a whole different type of cruise. That's not so much me partying. I mean, I granted, getting drunk underneath the Aurora Borealis in the middle of some icy ocean would be dope as hell. But that's more something I want to be alert and watching and paying attention to things and whatnot, because it's like stepping into a whole different world when you go up there.
And that's what I want to experience. So.
And even the daytime. I mean, if you go during certain times of the year, you have freaking entire month that is nothing but daylight all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Dude, that would
and then you have like 30 days of night or whatever it is. So
yeah.
See if some vampires want to come after my ass. I'm tasty delicious, bitches. Come on. Stab it.
Right.
Get out.
So, but new job has been going well, Deaky. I told you I already got that 50-cent raise day one. It fucking knocking the rust loose, and real laid back shop. This is the first shop I've ever been in where it's like, when I mean laid back, my second day I slept through my alarm and I was a half an hour late. It was already planned that, guys switching over, because dude, I'm up at 3. I clock in at 5. Okay. Guys switching over to that schedule. I guess it's commonplace for that to happen. And my supervisor told me, he's like, look, if you wouldn't have done it this week, then we would have started taking bets as to when it was going to happen in the next week. But to be in a place like that, and like literally I solved a couple of problems already and troubleshooted some stuff. My first setup since getting back in the CNC game, I laid down 3 vices that were within, from a total of 8 feet. They were only a thousandth and a half off from each other, and that was just with the eye, not using any measurement devices. So it's a good time. I'm gonna be sharing some CNC videos more so on my YouTube.
I was just getting ready to say, like, you need to get some CNC videos and let us see some of that, because I know I like that stuff.
I can't record in my shop.
No. I mean, obviously you can't record in the workshop.
Well, no. If it wasn't for my NDA clause that I had to sign, I could.
Well, right, but that's what I mean. Like, I'm talking about like outside of work.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Anybody who's interested in any type of CNC stuff, the best place I can tell y'all to go is just go to the Haas website and check out some stuff that they usually have demo videos of different things. They just released I think it was a 16-axis CNC machine. And for those that don't know, so axis 1, your Y, axis 2, your X, and Z, your depth, are your traditional 3 for general CNC lathes or mills. Then you can add in it's another jaw, and it allows you to turn the part this way. This 16-axis CNC has robotic arms that come and hold it in 16 different positions, so you never have to stop the machine and change the setup of the part, you can now just program it to be held at a different position and just keep it. For those of us in the CNC field, if I got to play on a 16-axis machine, first off, I'd have to probably go back for another year of retraining on my programming code just so I could understand what the hell was going on, because programming in 4 is a pain in the ass enough. But it's quite amazing to watch one of those machines go nuts. Also equally, as we all know, we humans, when it's like a train wreck, you can't look away. To understand that it's not just pushing buttons and everything's hunky dory, should watch some epic CNC crashes when people, and this is where the old adage of, and most computer programmers can back me, or sometimes you're typing in a random decimal point gets put in somewhere, whatever. But well, in CNC, if that happens, you have a tool rotating at sometimes close to 45,000 RPMs, and the entire carriage is moving at, I don't know, I think the fastest one I've seen is 45 feet per minute.
Dude, this thing is huge.
You brought some up? Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, it's impressive. Was it 16? Was I right on that?
So it's a Mechatrolink 16-axis router, relies on one solution for machine motion. That's that's a lot, dude.
Everybody's
Dude, that thing's
focusing
huge.
on AI and stuff, but we are still revolutionizing day-to-day trades. We now have the capability of holding very, very perfect tolerances and replicating that precision time in and time out. I ran 4 different runs over the course of the week, and I remained in tolerance for all but one of them. One piece out of, like, I want to say I did like 500 pieces this week.
You're gonna have to let us see some of this, because I mean, I obviously don't know what I'm looking at, but
no, I'll talk it over with my boss. My boss. As long as I don't show the prints.
Well, no, I mean, just talking us through CNC stuff.
Oh yeah, no, can definitely do
in
that.
general, because like I'm looking at this big ass machine just cutting things up, and we so when I was in school, right, we had because I went to the career center, and we had they did CNC and stuff like that. So I saw it, but on a small scale, like nothing as large as what I just looked at, but we had the small ones where you programmed it into the computer and hit the button, and then it would have like a little plate or like plexiglass or whatever you put in there. The CNC would come over and
cut out your shape and
lathe and
small
get it all
entry
done.
lathe.
Yeah.
No, most gunsmiths have a smaller mills and lathes to do work on, like, gun barrels and stuff. The biggest one I've ever seen personally was at this place in Elwood City. They make the drivetrains for locomotives. I watched a chunk of metal fall into a pit that was the size of a Volkswagen Bug. We're talking it chunked off. We're talking about a giant block of fucking steel that literally could fit in most warehouses. And this giant tool going around it and just chunking off gigantic, probably easily 500 to 1,000 pounds worth of metal, just chunking it. And it was impressive and terrifying to behold, because that metal, because it was being cut with that force and everything and friction, it actually annealed and gets super hot. If you're not using a lot of active coolant while you're machining things, cutting metal creates lots of heat. And let me tell you, those chips are hot enough that they will land on your skin and melt your skin, and you will have to have it surgically removed or cut it off yourself. Most machinists aren't pussies. We cut it off ourselves, throw a piece of toilet paper or tissue, fold it up and then duct tape over it and go back to work.
That's making me want to look. So I've been looking at, well, not exactly for me, right? But Randa is all about this cosplay stuff. Like she's been about this cosplay stuff for a hot minute now. So
Uh-huh.
she wants to like start making cosplay outfits. And obviously, if my 14-year-old wants to make cosplay outfits, that means dad's making cosplay outfit stuff, right? So I've been looking at 3D printers, not huge expensive ones, but just like basic ones that I can learn how to 3D print on, to kind of jump into it a little bit and make her, like she wants like some, like some armor plating, and she showed me this like neck thing, that like some fairy princess thing in a book or whatever, in a graphic novel that she reads or something, has this
I
big
forget
like,
what those are called. They
yeah,
have
but
a
you know what I'm
proper
talking
name.
about, like
Yeah.
like they protect your neck and they've got like a thing that goes. So she was talking about all that crap.
That's why
and I was
Batman
like,
can't turn his head.
right. So I was like, yeah, it was like, we'll look into it, like, because that's, I mean, they've got like just my preliminary searching, they've got some ready-made patterns out there that all you have to do is load it into the 3D printer and hit go, and make your adjustments, but most of it really looks like it's bolt together, right? Like, so you make a piece of it and then you make the other piece and then you attach them once they're
Yep.
made, and then you clip them together. So it doesn't really seem that complicated for the smaller stuff, but like for some of the more intricate stuff that she wants to do, like that big neck piece and stuff, that's probably going to be a larger 3D printer than like just a little plain test one, that I'm going to get. Because I was on Marketplace, man, and people are selling these little ones, and I researched a couple of them, like an Ender 3 or something like that, and they're selling these little ones for like $75, and I'm like, I could go grab that and just play around with some 3D printing shit for a little while, make her some little armor, and this dagger that she was talking about, like she can't find it anywhere. I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. But that's, you know me, my kid's like, hey dad, we should do this. I'll probably jump
It's
on and do
called
it.
being an involved parent, Deke.
So I'll grab that stuff, and oh yeah, involved in everything. So I'll grab that stuff and I'll check that out and
Yeah,
do
if
that.
you run
Oh
into
man,
any,
dude, I'm probably gonna try to do a stream Saturday at some point, because Saturday is the start of Universal Mardi Gras, and T-Pain is playing the Saturday night concert at Mardi Gras.
dude, if he covers Ozzy, you need to get that. You need to get that
I'm
recorded.
gonna get as much as I can, because she wants to, like, she was like, Dad, she was like, it's a T-Pain concert at Universal, and we can just go because we have a pat. I'm like, yeah, and she was like, no, can we go to that? And I'm like, uh, yeah, of course we can go to that. I'm never gonna say
I'm
no
going.
to Universal.
I'm gonna assume that Universal Mardi Gras is not as crazy as actual Mardi Gras.
No. I mean, you're not going to see people, stripping for beads and stuff like that at Universal, but I prefer Universal's Mardi Gras, to be honest with you, because it's just food and drinks and shows and a big ass parade. That's it for me. I love it.
Right.
It's like last year I got, Kimberly and Randa and I, we got, it's called Ride and Dine. So you get to go eat food, like a 3-course meal or whatever, and then you get to go on the parade floats and chuck beads at people
Nice.
and smack people with beads off of the thing when they're screaming at you and stuff. So we did that last year. I don't know if we're going to get to do it this year because it's sold out really quick. So unless they open up like more spots, I don't think we're going to get on it. But
Do they have
it's,
any of the rides still going to any of the other normal attractions?
yeah, whole time. Yeah. Yeah, this is
The
just
main-
extra. This is just extra stuff.
The main reason I want to go down there is straight up for Harry Potter. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That's what everybody goes down there for. That's the most popular thing. Like there are days when we walk into the park and almost the entire park is empty. You walk through Diagon Alley and it's packed. Just people everywhere. Same thing with the other side. You'll
Well,
ride the train over and you get off the train at Hogsmeade and you walk into Hogsmeade and it's shoulder to shoulder, packed whole way through. You leave the Hogmeads area, fine, no crowd, you're good. Go jump on a ride. See you later.
No, the main reason I want to go there, and it's the same reason why I want to go to the Star Wars at Disney, is I want my wand and I want my lightsaber. Period. And the plus side for the Harry Potter one is if you're signed up on Wizarding World Online, all of your stuff's there. You can literally just go log in, and all of your stuff comes up, and you can and you can grab your shit. Like, I want my wand. I want my Ravenclaw scarf. Yes, I have one. It's actually back in the bedroom. But it's like an off-brand one. I want an authentic Raven.
I got Randa for Christmas this year, so they have these little you can get Niffler or you can get Hedwig. So she's got the Snowy Owl, and what it is there's a magnet on it. So you put the magnet under your shirt, and then you put the Snowy Owl on the magnet so it stays while you're walking around the park, and it's electronic, so like it's moving the whole time and like making owl sounds the whole time you're walking around the park.
Oh, I would have a Niffler for sure.
Yeah,
all of the shinies.
So she got that, and dude, she's got so much. She's got so much Universal stuff, dude. She's got so much.
Yep. No, there's definitely some things in the way. I definitely before anything, though, I have to get my passport and whatnot. I'm looking at doing a kind of a I don't know what to call it, but I might be going to Africa for a week or two.
Where at?
Nigeria, to be specific.
Kim's ready to go back to South Africa. She wants to go. My sister does not stop about South Africa. She's like, we need to go back to the safari. Can we do another safari? Yeah, of course we can do another safari.
I heard South Africa is a good time.
Dude, it was an excellent time. So not only was an excellent time, okay, people were way friendly. It was totally chill, and it was so inexpensive. Like obviously the flight there was probably the most money we spent the whole time we were over there was the flight, but it was chill. It was laid back. Like we went and watched watched a bunch of lions like fighting each other. It was a good time. Dude, she wants to go back, and I'm about it, but I'm like, we can't go back like every year. We gotta do different adventures and stuff. We can go back like every, maybe every 3 years.
Dude, that is like the 5th C-130 I've heard go over my house in the last hour.
Yeah, have you been hearing the big ass fucking
like that? A couple once in a while around here, that's fine. We have the Ravenna Air Force Base up there, cool. But 5, and actually that last one might have been something different than a C-130.
I mean, migrant flights, man. I don't know what to say.
Well, maybe some shit's going down.
I don't know what would be going down.
Okay. Before I get into this, I am not trying to push any type of religious base anything. This is purely just stuff that I've been seeing that corroborates with religion, and it's been blowing my mind. Dude, there are like in the last year and a half, 2 years, they have found 8 significant, huge matching sites to biblical texts, such as finding the Ark on Mount Ararat, which after a year of translation and whatnot, Ararat actually is derived from I think it's Ark itself, or boat, or something along those lines, or something dealing with Noah. They found the battle site for David versus Goliath, they think, and some other major stuff. Regardless of whatever you choose to believe in, there's always, whether it turns out to be, because at the core, regardless of where my faith is, I am an academic. I have a degree in science-based things, specifically mechanical science and running CNC machines. I understand some of the base levels of physics because I have to deal with them every day: thermodynamics, different metallurgy compounds. So when I start seeing science make these biblical stories somewhat more factual, it blows my mind that they found all this stuff, and it also is terrifying at the same time because the Euphrates River dried up, and like I'm not that doomsday guy, dude, but man, at some point there has to be an acknowledgement that, okay, all of these things that this book said is going to happen is now happening, and all of these things that are referencing it. So at some point, I have to even wonder, as a skeptical academic, going, we may be in for some shit. I was watching videos earlier, and like if anybody wants, I can probably share them. But it got my mind going, of course, because medication.
That's the excuse, ladies and gentlemen. Pay no attention to the medicated man.
Right on. No, but here's the question: What do you, if you are a non-believer and you start seeing all this shit happen, and all these things start coming true, what do you start thinking at that point? You spent your entire life a skeptic and whatnot, and now you have this book that is saying, "Hey, we are at the end times. This is about to
in the
get
water
real."
supply.
LSD in the water supply. I like it. Oh, but
LSD
listen,
in the water supply, bro.
I'm gonna bow out a little early tonight because the work schedule has my
man, definitely. You got to be up at like 3:00 in the morning.
Well, no, I'm off tomorrow, but I'm very tired.
So now you're just making excuses. Oh
no, not making excuses. I'm starting to get yawny, and I'm starting.
No
to
worries,
get
man.
Sleepy.
No worries. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, I got some homework to do too, so I'm gonna jump off here and do some homework if you're bowing out, and then I might jump back on.
off of this now. Now I could go sit and try to relax, and then get the ADHD, power surge, and decide I'm gonna spend 4 hours fucking playing Monster Hunter.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if you're gonna bow out, I'm gonna jump off here and get my homework done, and then probably jump back on and play some Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Okay. Are you gonna be in one of the Discord channels?
Probably.
Okay. All right. I can just jump into one of them. People may follow me. Do they have to do we have to send them an invite to one of the channels if we wanted to let them in talking?
So what channel? The Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, just depending on what I get into, I do know that I'm going to go get into comfy clothes, and I'm going to relax for a little bit and see where the night takes me. But I think tonight on the junk drawer was pretty good. We got to a lot of junk. We talked a lot about some stuff.
I mean, it's all trash anyway. It doesn't matter.
Complete and total trash pandas tonight. But thanks everyone for tuning in. Much love to those that decided to jump in the chat. Aaron Morse, moderator on my Twitch stream, and Corgi, my faithful. Shout out to the bearded nomad once again. This is all his idea, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. He found out that I've been doing streaming. He's like, "Hey,
I'm the d-bag that decided to do this. So if anybody wants to blame anybody for being boring pieces of shit, it's this dude right here.
That dude, the guy with the beard." But Deke, pleasure as always.
All right, sir.
Sunday, if we're gonna do Sunday, I'm gonna need it to be earlier.
Okay,
I
so
will
if
be
it's gonna
going to
be-
bed
If
no
it's going to be
later than
Sunday,
9.
I will let you know what the plan is. Sunday is either going to be from the train or from the truck, but I will be on.
No, whatever works, man.
And I
However,
will
we
let you
got to
know.
get it done.
Yep, and I
So-
will let you know, man.